Welcome everyone, I'm Mr. Eves, and today we're going to be talking about the divisibility rules. Let's go to our definition. It says, a number is divisible by another number if the other number is a factor of the first. Divisibility rules such as those given below can help you find factors. So let's go over the rules below. It says divisibility rules for 2, 3, 5, 6, 9, and 10. Now we're not going to worry about 4, 7, and 8. We're just going to focus on these numbers. Now it says a whole number is divisible by 2 if the number is even. So our key word is even. Now let's just do a quick reminder of an even number. If it ends in a 0, 2, 4, 6, or an 8, that is an even. So that's really simple. So if it ends in any of those digits, then it is even. Now, if it's divisible by 3, the sum of its digits is divisible by 3. So what that means is we take a number such as 315 and we add those digits together. So we take 3 and we add it to 1 and to 5, and that equals 9. And then we ask ourselves, does 3 go into 9? And yes, it does. So that would be divisible by 3. Give it a little check mark. So 315 is divisible by 3. Now, if it ends in a 5 or a 0, that's for 5, so that's our key right there. Now for 6, it's really cool if it's even and divisible by 3. So, if we had a number that was even and divisible by 3, then we know it's divisible by 6. And this is because 2 times 3 is 6. 2 and 3 are factors of 6. So, that's really cool. Now, number 9 says, just like number 3, if the sum of its digits is divisible by 9. So the only difference is if it's divisible by 9. So let's take that same number 315, add it together, gives us 9. Oops, got a little bit ahead. And 9 goes into 9 once, so we get that check mark. Well, let's do a case where it doesn't work. So let's take the number 615. Well, we know that adds up. 6 plus 1 plus 5 is 12. And so we know 3 goes into 12, but 9 doesn't. So this does not work out for us. So there's a case when it's divisible by 3, but not 9. Now, the last one, if it ends in a 0, that's for 10. So really simple. So these are the quick ways to help you find whether they're divisible by 2, 3, 5, 6, 9, and 10. So once again, the rules are, and go ahead and write these down. If it's even, is for 2. If the sum of its digits is divisible by 3, so we add the numbers together and see if 3 goes into that sum. And for 5, if it ends in a 5 or a 0. 6 is if it's even and divisible by 3, so if it's divisible by 2 and 3, then it's divisible by 6. And 9, same thing as 3, if the sum of the digits is divisible by 9. So we add them together and see if 9 goes into that sum. Now 10 is probably the easiest of them all if it ends in a 0. These are quick rules to help us understand the basics of divisibility. Now, I'm going to take a quick moment to talk about our worksheet. So go ahead and pull out your worksheet. Once you've had these written down, these rules written down, we're going to do a worksheet to practice. Now, on this worksheet, we see that we have this riddle. It says, what do kids do before they learn to read baseball cards? It says, each row across has 6 boxes. Only 3 of them contain a number divisible by the given number. Circle these 3 numbers in each row. Notice the number letter above each circle. Write the letter in the matching number box at the bottom of the page. So let's go ahead and check this one out. Well, let's go over our rules for 2. So 2 says, remember that's if it's even, so if it ends in a 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. So let's go ahead and go through that. So I'm going to take my color and I'm going to circle some of these. So, well, 6 is even, so we're going to circle that. Oh, that was a bad circle. There we go. Move it up just a little bit. There we go, done. So 6. 5 isn't even. right here is even, right? So there's a case where it's even, because it ends in a 4. And I'm going to go ahead and cross off the ones that aren't even. Give myself a little bit straighter lines. There we go. Well, 1 is an even, so I'm going to cross that out. And the last one, we know that's even, right? And so we're left with those 3. So we had 3 that weren't and 3 that were. Really simple. So the divisibility rule for 2, quite simple and straightforward. Now 3, this is the tricky part. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add these digits together on here. So I'm going to go 4 plus 6 equals 10. And this is what I would like you to do to show your work. Does 3 go into 10? And it doesn't, so I'm just going to go ahead and cross that off. So let's do a big X through there. So it doesn't work there. Well, let's do this one. 5 plus 1 equals 6. Does that go in there? You bet it does. And so let's go ahead and put our circle around it, right? So there we are. Done. Now we have 9 plus 1 is 10 plus 3 is 13. And that doesn't work, so let's go ahead and cross that off. 8 plus 3 plus 4, well, that's 15. And 3 does go into 15, so we can go ahead and circle this one. Put that right there. 7 plus 8 is 15, plus 0 is still 15, plus 5 is 20. So go 7 plus 0 plus 8 plus 5. And that gives me 20. So that doesn't work out, right? So we automatically know that this last one's going to work, but let's go ahead and work through it. I'm just going to go ahead and circle that. And so we have 4 plus 9 is 13, plus 9 is 22, 24. So we have 4 plus 9 plus 9 plus 2. That equals 24, and 3 goes into 24, so that's a check. So there's our 3. And you can really see how simple this works. You should be able to get this side done and no problem. The other side is just like it. You just got bigger numbers to look at. I'm not going to work through the divisibility rule for 5 because it's easy if it ends in a 5 or a 0. Remember, go back to our rules right here and copy those down. Make sure you have those copied down and remember those. So remember, if it's even, that's divisible by 2. So remember these rules. We're going to be spending a couple days on them, so good luck.